Hey guys, welcome back to the channel in Kenosha, Wisconsin. We're at the Metro station, and you know we like to do some travel content on here. So a few weeks ago, I got to go to the Atlanta United game in Chicago when they played the Chicago Fire, and I went with my dad and brother, and yeah, I just want to show you around the Metra, a different type of transportation on down to Chicago from Milwaukee. This is an alternate option to start flying. So let's hop aboard and get started. So these train cars are actually very old. In fact, as you see up here, we're going on an upper deck, which is very rare with trains in the US these days. But the Metra is one of the ways you can do it. There's a bottom floor down there, and there's a top floor with sideways seats, and then there's a few forward, backward seats. Okay, so initially we were going to do a lunch thing, but because we had this 30-minute delay, that's not going to happen. We're just going to have to change the plan a little bit. But one of the things that you guys need to know is that the CTA pass is different from the Metra pass. The Metra weekend pass does not give you CTA access, but a Metra monthly pass does. And yeah, that's where we're standing. We didn't know that part, but still, this is going to end up being cheaper than driving down there. So this weekend they decided to do construction on the Metra. Here is our route list. We'll be going through all these stops to Ogilvie as our backup plan. We were going to stop a little earlier. Basically, here's where the construction issue is happening. It's a 40-minute delay. They say 15 to 20 minutes. They have to wait for a train to get out of the construction zone so we can get in. So it's going to eventually probably build up on the day. So we'll see where this takes us later tonight getting home. One of the things I didn't notice is you could do this and move the seat like that. That's pretty cool. So we went through the rest of our stops, and now we are starting to head into the Chicago downtown area. You can see a nice picture of the skyline right there. And basically from here we are going to walk to the Clinton Metro CTA station, and we are going to get a CTA day pass, which was only $5 on this day on the weekend. By now it was approaching about 11:30, so we decided to just head to the stadium for the 1:30 game. And I was hoping for a better game. I'm a huge Man City fan as well, and I was watching this game in the train, and yeah, I was really hoping for a better result here in Chicago today. So now we're up, a lot of pigeons here, to the CTA, and we took this from Clinton all the way to Roosevelt, and we were going to have a decent walk afterwards. But this was a pretty cool way to see the city today, and here's that walk. And since Soldier Field's on the museum campus, we got to take a look at the outside parts of those, including the Field Museum. I was here when I was smaller, but eventually now, here we are, Soldier Field. Soldier Field is home to the Chicago Bears and the Chicago Fire, the oldest stadium in their respective leagues. And this was a really cool venue, even though Chicago Fire currently has new plans to build a new stadium. Today it is Family Day at Soldier Field, and they were giving away these cute little Sparky plushes to the first 5,000 children, but really they were giving them to pretty much everyone. They seem to have enough. And I'm also just saying, he looks better in my scarf. The game began with the walkout, and please search up the MLS anthem if you can. It's really awesome. And unfortunately, Atlanta's, I think it became 7 or 8 games skid, continued this day, and the only score for Atlanta was an own goal. It was 2-1 Chicago. But you could be an LA Galaxy fan. This day they got another loss, and up to that point, they hadn't won a game yet in the MLS season, so you could be them. After the game, we still had an hour to kill before the train to Kenosha was back, so what a better thing to do than walk up about a mile to Millenium Park, see the Bean. There we are. I'm waving somewhere. And there we are. There's my family, my brother, my dad, and I, who all went. And now it's time to head back to Ogilvie for the train as we board our Metra after taking the CTA back to Clinton. Here's a look at the stops, and this time we sat on the bottom deck. There are wider seats there. They also flip around, if that's what you're looking for. So yeah, that was our day trip to Chicago. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. It was a really nice treat to go down to Chicago for this game. The tickets for these seats were actually half the price of a Bucks game in the nosebleeds. So if you can believe that. And as always, let's go Five Stripes, and I'll see you next time.